Baboomp.
Hello, sir.
There we go. How you doing today, Brisky?
My second monitor died, so
That's not good.
I'd have to read chat on my phone. So that's fun.
I know, just set up against a monitor, all good.
But they're both under warranty though, so I can get them made.
Let's see here.
Happy belated birthday.
Oh, funny part is it's in 3 days.
Oh, okay. Well, happy early.
So it's like, it was weird to celebrate it at all, but like, especially early. I just went and saw the fam.
How's your dad doing?
He's doing better.
That's good.
He's feeling good. Thank you for asking. Let's see here. NBRK, huh? No brakes? What is that?
No, not broken. It's Broken Law's little thing.
I like it.
I was like, nobody's in the one I made, so I'll join yours and we'll play.
We have no choice but to win.
None of the kids are really in mine either. I've got like a couple friends and then like...
That's basically all it was for me. It was like Colt was in mine and like that was it. Then he stopped playing.
So, you had any warm-ups today?
Yeah.
We're going in cold.
I've been warming up. They've been not that great, but warming up.
Alright. So, do you have warm-ups?
I think the best I had was 4 kills.
Let's go.
I'm the jump master. I won't let you down, except by falling.
Alright. So, I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself so I can listen.
Hold your breath. If you have a respiratory system. Is that how I do it?
First blood. Should have seen that coming. Round 1. Beginning ring countdown. Opening fire. Reloading.
Toby.
Go faster.
Like Shaq.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Reloading. Recharging my shield.
I'm taking fire for reloading. Recharging.
I'm down.
Stop that crap.
I actually got hit.
Reloading.
Attention. There is a new kill leader. New kill leader. Watch. 1 second. We got this. Charging up my shields.
Extended light mag here. Level 2.
far. Kill leader eliminated.
Is there anything anybody's looking for?
Bolt here. Level 3.
45 seconds, rings close.
Let's get poke out of here.
Charging shields. Come on, come on.
Backpack. Backpack here.
Ooh, piece of candy. I already have that. Okay.
It's go time.
Hostile close.
Okay, 10 seconds till ring close. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Opening fire. Reloading.
Reloading.
Oh,
Heads up. The ring's
what a
coming.
great shot.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Shit. Octane's broken?
Taking fire. Down, down.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Someone's resing.
Another squad's attacking. Grenade.
Ah! No company.
Enemy down. Reloading. Half the squads remain.
There's the Pathfinder behind this rock. He's getting third partied.
Frag out.
Over here.
All right, so right there, the both fights that you took, you were once again doing your bad habit of standing completely open in cover. Your brain is saying, okay, well, I'm holding this angle on him. I'll get him. But in reality, both situations, you were going up 1v3 because you were the only one that was in it, standing in the broad open, standing still, aiming at something. So you were completely still for 6 people this entire game. So in the first fight you took on that estates area, you got over the side, you just kept running up and forward. We heard her to our right. We heard the Valkyrie to our right before she even climbed the wall and started jumping over height. And then you climbed the wall without finding her. So right now, the thing you need to work on is just making sure you're actually playing cover in fights and thinking to yourself, which cover can I use to look into this fight? Which cover can I use to actually stay in this fight? Right now, you're just like, okay, well, there's movement this way. Let's walk towards it. So, like with that car example, having an arc star out would have been way better. Having your flatline out would have been way better for those. And then afterwards, as soon as you saw where he got off, you just walked forward and just kind of stood there in the middle of the open waiting for something to happen. And it's like right there, you need to be getting to a spot that you can actually cover. And like, sure, you have a longbow, so let's get to some rock that's a distance away. Or if you had a Mastiff and a flatline, you would be closer, so you'd get up on that rock. Because if you draw them out around the rock, then somebody can actually help you. But right there, they just shot you for free.
Makes sense.
Talion bandit out there. Let's nix the crossfire. I'm maneuvering over there.
I'm flying.
Tango Delta. Box 3, firing missiles. Reloading. Under
I've got
fire.
an Evo shield here. It's cool. Level 2.
Reloading.
We're in the ring, which means they're coming to us. Using a med kit. Gonna shut you up. Shut it, skin suit.
Champion.
I love free things.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Could've done that sooner.
So that right there was much better. The idea there, the improvements there would be, you know, you spent a long time looting while your teammates were fighting,
Yeah.
and then you went too far outside of the cover. You put your entire body outside to the right of that tree. You had the right idea, so it's not like awful,
Mm-hmm.
but like imagine-
played the house better.
I was gonna say, as soon as you got that first down, I would have just gotten height. Because then, if they force fight onto you, they're climbing up, you get a free beam. If they start running away, you get a free beam. The only thing that doesn't allow for freedom is if they stand still and shoot you. But then, you have an easy beam. So, good first beam. It's like one of those things like, oh yeah, we was healing. Well, you needed to get that beam because he was healing, and you did.
Yeah.
So, good shit.
I just can get the spray over on the Bloodhound, who was also hitting a bat.
That's alright. A 19 bullet Volt does not have much damage inside of it. Even if you got the spray over, you wouldn't have killed him.
Yeah, 19, yeah. Only puts it like 300 damage.
And so, with having missed half of our clip into the first person, we only had about 6 bullets before we were out on the Bloodhound. So you got like, I think it was 6 or 7 out onto the Bloodhound. So it's pretty nice. And then just move over, take high ground, and then just see how easy it was because the Revenant was just running straight at you. As long as you goad him into it. It's easy every time, isn't it, kitty? Yeah. Yeah, good kitty. Yeah.
Introducing your champion. I'm the jump master. This time. Dropping in. Hang on. Let's do this.
Lord have mercy.
Faster, faster, faster! I am taking fire, friends.
Reloading.
Octane's broken.
Giving my shield a recharge.
Pathfinder's knocked.
Enemy down. Reloading.
It's go time!
Reloading.
Healing. Ah, this is taking too long.
Need to recharge my shields.
Got our first worm, compadre. I killed it.
Reloading.
And that's all of him. Good job, compadres. Reloading. Extended light mag here. Level 3. Medkit here.
Shit, I need that
Repairing my damages.
I don't.
Shield battery here. I need it. It's go time. Thank you. Getting shot at. Engaging. Downed one. Charging shields. Come on, come on.
Reloading. Enemy taken out. Patching myself up.
Up top, up top.
Enemy spotted.
Taking fire. Reloading. Charging on my shields.
Recharging my shield.
Reloading. Enemy down.
Picking myself up.
Getting health back.
1 minute. Ring's pretty close.
They're rezzing.
The enemies are shooting at me. Enemy taken down.
Ring's not too far. 45 left.
We killed the last member. Good work, team. I'm the new kill leader. Excelsior.
The champion fell.
Hemlock here. Only 30 seconds left on the clock. The ring's close.
I need energy ammo.
Sound kind of bad right now.
I need sniper ammo.
Something else in this box is for me.
The ring's close. 10 seconds.
Progress.
Ring moving now. Rápidamente. Faster, faster, faster. Hold on. Crafting.
Oh shit.
I'm crafting. Incoming care package. I will do.
Must go faster. Let's go over here. Ha! Hitting the eject. Rápido, rápido.
Come on.
What do you think is over here?
The start of the 5th Grenade War, somebody started shooting.
Half the squads remain.
Kill leader appointed. New kill leader. Watch for them.
Faster, faster, faster.
Knockdown shield. Knockdown shield here. Level 3.
Team, I found the next ring location for us. Check your maps.
Alright, nobody's gonna get those knockdowns. Cool. It's a gold one on the care package.
Extended light mag. Sniper stock here. Heavy ammo here. Hey, mira. Scratch
This time
that.
I'm down.
Faster, faster, faster. Take fire. I'm down.
Energy ammo here.
All right, so let's talk about what went wrong right there. What do you think happened in that fight? You played cover. You only showed a little bit of your body. Well, what would you say?
Unfortunately, got shot by the both of them. At least I think it was
Nope,
one of the
nope.
two. It might have been the third.
What did we do wrong there? What did we do wrong? That's a factor that we can change.
I didn't call it out.
Nope. Nope. Think about your physical movement. What allowed them to immediately beam you?
I was just sitting, like, I don't want to, like, yeah, I was sitting still, but
Yep.
I don't know if me moving would have changed.
It does. So remember, this is an experience that I have learned thousands of times over. If you get scanned through the wall, like this is something that has been in the game for 6 seasons now. If you get scanned through the wall and you sit still, holding an angle, it doesn't matter how well you're holding that angle.
That's true. Yeah.
You're gonna get fried because it's a literal wall hack. That's what it is. Like Bloodhound mains can't deny it. It's literally just wall hacks because they don't have sense.
As a Bloodhound main and someone who's deep fried so many people like that. Like I should have moved when I got scanned. Not like I was holding a good angle, yes, but yeah, I should have moved when I got scanned.
Like it could have been as easy as just peeking the top part of the crate instead of holding the right side. Mm-hmm. Because for 3 seconds he just saw you sitting there crouched, holding that one angle. Did you notice how both of them swung with perfect precision?
Yeah.
That's why it happened. So when you get scanned like that, and you're holding an angle, you have to change. You have to count yourself to 3, just like 1, 2, 3. And as soon as you see that little orange outline around yourself is gone, you use Bloodhound scan against him. Mm-hmm. Or, sorry, they use it against them. And so when Bloodhounds scan you, they say to themselves, okay, yeah, I get 3 seconds of wall hacks. But if you can bait them into looking to the left and then you move to the right, like that's how you beat Bloodhounds. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, there's no way to. Because if you just sit still, or if you continue on a solitary straight path, they're going to know that straight path. So that was the problem there. The problem down, I would say, in Oasis that I saw, when we first landed, we got a purple mag R9, we got the gun, we got enough ammo that we could just go in with that weapon. The reload speed for that is like 1.2 seconds. So you don't even need a secondary weapon. And then you engaged the fight with Octane, and you just kind of... We just kind of let him walk away. And then we kind of walked up after him and we saw the Pathfinder and we had our flatline out instead of just reloading the R9. So if we didn't kill him in that first beam of the flatline, congrats, by the way, good hip fire. Because he was close enough to it. It was legitimate. It was just one beam on him. He had 150 health, you know. We clipped him with the flatline, but if we didn't clip him, we only had 12 bullets in that R9 the entire time. And then we swapped to the flatline. As we were running away, the Wraith that was fighting your Pathfinder that had the bow, she was so heavily focused on the bow, but you, for some reason, I don't know what was going through your head. Like, I want you to go back and look at that VOD when you get a chance. Doesn't have to be right now. But I don't understand why we weren't shooting at her. Because I'll admit, we were talking about not shooting while we're standing in the open. But when someone's already got focus on another target, we're no longer worried about our 1v1, like where are we holding, where is our hitbox, that kind of thing. We're worried about helping put out damage because she was able to, you were running down towards the door, you're moving around a little bit, you're like half health, or looking around, and then you decided to hop to the right, hop up those little grassy things, sit there, and then start healing. And then she started to queue, which meant she had like 5 seconds of just sitting there trying to fight this person with the bow. And we could have easily just pumped the rounds into her and finished the fight right there. She got away, and then, you were healing up. You ran out to the boxes. We heard her get an armor swap, and we just blasted her. It was like 1 bullet. I think it was like 18 damage. But, you know, we again start the fight with the flatline. In that situation, it's totally fine, because your weapons are reloaded.
Yeah, I think I was just prioritizing, like, needing to reload my weapons and healing.
Yeah, but when we know that there are 2 down on a team, if we can help finish the fight, that's what we want to go for.
Yeah,
because
you want to set up a 2v1.
Exactly, because like, is the Wraith going to have an easier time 1v1, 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 or 2v1, 1v1? Probably the 1v1s. So that was just fine. Like, it was okay, but like right there, the things that we could have easily shipped up and shaped out was, again, going to the fight a little faster, making sure our weapons are reloaded as soon as the octane got away, keep walking forward, using cover, reloading our weapons. And then we did fine with a Pathfinder flatty beam, and then what's it called? When we're disengaging, can we help our team? Because we saw the octane as we turned around also get beamed. If you look in the VOD, you turn around and somebody kills the octane behind you because he comes back in as well. And so then when you're running away with the Wraith's attention already on somebody, you have a controller at the perfect distance with a purple mag right there. So my brain is just saying, oh, easy one clip. Just like when you came up on that guy that was busy doing the healing. That person was busy doing the shooting, you know? And if they're doing the 80 spam.
Octane, just because like there was an Octane on my team, so I just thought it was that many.
Pick the right way and go.
I gotcha. I mean, at least it's honest. Like, you know, I'd rather you say like, hey, I just messed up the audio cues rather than like, oh, I don't know why I was going on.
Like if I get deep fried by an Octane, but I have an Octane on my team, like easy confusion, I guess. But...
Well, that just states more to that you might need to be looking at your minimap more. Because if you know what color your teammates are and you can see what is going on, it's like, okay, well, I hear the stim, but I don't see the stim going off on my teammate. So that means that's an enemy. Because usually the teammates will say, oh yeah, go to rush, and some shit like that, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself.
Grenade. Arcstar out.
There's a horizon in this building.
Attention.
Taking fire.
First blood.
Spotted. Double timing it. Need lead. Put a leg down range.
We're inside the ring. One less thing to worry about.
Taking fire.
I'm down, Neil.
Charging the shield. Taking fire.
Reloading.
Need some help here.
Go to armor swap. But right there, you need to focus on killing the down target rather than going back to where you saw an armor swap, just because it's so free and we already have a shotgun with us. So right there, we downed the Wraith. Those are some good downs. No, we didn't down the Wraith. We killed the Horizon.
Yeah.
Somebody downed the Wraith right next to us. And so, what's faster? Just killing the Wraith and getting the armor swap right there? Or going back to the armor? Shit, I'm not gonna lie, in that situation, I was kind of wondering if you would execute her because we knew where the third teammate was. We knew where the third teammate was. We knew she was underneath. We knew that we had two.
Thought about it. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, shit, I could probably pop and execute, but I just took like the safer approach and just go grab the easy body swap and then go.
Oh,
with the team.
100%. But whatchamahoozer, the reason we knew that armor had already been moved. I'm sorry.
Because
The
it was
reason we knew
glowing,
that.
it was just sitting on the floor.
Exactly. And then it was also like in a different position. So what I've done, because I can never really tell the glow fast enough, is I remember what position the front part of the chest plate is facing. So
Yeah, it's always facing, like it'd be facing you if you came in from the door that I closed.
well, I mean, I don't know about that personally. I just remember what I see it as, you know, like if it's glowing and I see it there and it's like facing the other way, it's like, all right, cool. And then if I see somebody else has taken it, usually it's facing the way that they grabbed it. So if they have swapped directions, you know, it's like, it's already been used. But your character was going to grab it no matter what, because even if it was empty, it probably had more damage out. And that's the bummer of shield swapping.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Body swap into a broken body because it had less damage than the next level.
Mm-hmm. This shit's annoying as fuck.
I know where we need to be. Follow me.
Haha! Hey, challengers, you better watch out for me.
Boom, boom, pow.
Should love Gibby. I actually have some decent quotes from the other night playing Gibby. Crafted a battery right in front of this team, killed half the team,
Looks
but
like I'm
died
the
to
jump
their
master.
third.
This might be a good place to land. Hope you're ready. Let's do this, brothers.
Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube right now.
Thermite grenade out.
Getting shot. Shield up. No good, brother.
I messed that up.
I've been
So let's go ahead and talk about that one. So why did we get super hard aggressive if we hadn't heard any fighting yet?
I mean, I was gonna shoot the bloodhounds because it was free
New
beat.
data.
Okay,
then
but it
the
wasn't
bubble
though.
Started shooting at me, so I just turned the bubble towards them, and I didn't stay with the bubble.
So right there, did you see the person in the middle as you jumped off?
No, I only.
Okay. Okay, so that definitely speaks to me. We definitely saw her as we jumped off, and then you went for the person that was like way farther away with your short-range weapon. So I thought that was confusing. That right there, you would have had a quicker time killing the Bloodhound if you had started with the 30-30 because of the damage drop-off distance. But like, right there, you didn't even need to jump off. You just had a 30-30. You had like a really strong medium to long range weapon. So yeah, I'm gonna go and mute myself since you got respawned.
And we're back.
Recharging my shields. Fancy a wee stroll this way? Evo shield here. Level 2. The ring's close.
I need it.
Rejuvenating. Shields recharging. Seconds, and the ring ain't far at all. I need a shotgun bolt. Extended heavy mag here. Level 2. Eye sharp. Oh, yes, please. Gonna lock down this area. Forget that. Syringe here. 10 seconds. Thanks, darling. You got it.
Ring's moving. Taking fire, brothers.
Got an Octane and a Valk on me.
Guy close. Fire! Shooting at me.
Don't shield out.
Hostile there, right.
Give me my shield.
Hostile.
I'm getting shot.
Getting shot at. Reload.
Crypto's knocked.
One down.
Reload. All squads down. We made the right choices. Care package coming in. Reloading. I'm using a Phoenix kit.
Gotta heal. Taking a knee.
Spotted an enemy over there. Copy that. Oh, enemy here. Throw my grenade out. I downed an enemy.
Some cover for my brother.
Shield recharging. Gonna back yourself. Here's a fit there.
Bloodhound's in here.
Close.
Fried him. Lifeline right here, also broken. Bloodhound's getting up. Good job.
Just a wee scratch here. Recharging my shields.
Giving my shields a recharge. Healing up. Give me a sec.
Just a tick. Healing up.
Attention. The champion is eliminated.
Need some
Half the
batteries.
squads remain. The champion made a poor choice. Shield battery here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Extended light mag here. Level 2.
Solar.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown. Replicator being delivered.
Replicator incoming.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 3.
My ultimate is ready.
Enemy rather close.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Arcstar out. Throw my grenade.
I downed an enemy. Anyone need to fix me
Pushing in for an angle. Shit.
Reloading. Shooting at me. Reloading. Reload. All those
I got one
bad
tick
boys
on my
are to the
ult.
cat.
This won't hurt. Hold on.
Reloading. They spotted me.
Need to recharge my shields.
It's our neighbor, pal. Reloading. Reloading.
Goes on the roof. GG's. Yo, what's up, Mockingjay? Welcome to the stream.
All right, so right there, want to talk about it?
Probably should have altered the roof.
Why?
He was healing.
Okay.
We could have pushed inside. We would have forced them inside to push them.
Okay. So there were two people down the hill, and there was one knocked on top.
Mhm.
Why would we have ulted the roof?
And like I thought about it, and then I was like, no, don't.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't make sense to do it other than to just try and get a free kill.
Well, it's not free. You're investing a bunch of resources.
True.
Like if you were just using ammo, it's like, okay, whatever. They might just have more ammo. We can just get like 60 ammo off them. Now, what you needed to do here, let's take a look at the entire situation. So you're looting Rifter. You hear the people flying down behind you. And then we start to move once we hear the shots. We didn't start to move once we hear the landing. You know, we were still just like looting. So they get a shot off or two, and then we slide jump away. We immediately grab our ultimate, just clutch onto it, you know. But then we turn around and we start pushing forward, and we find out they're not that scary because it's just we only heard one person land. So
Yeah.
what does that mean? Either it's a solo or her team is slowly coming up from behind.
Mhm.
And we say her just because we know it was her. And so when you threw the arc stars, you forced her off that ground and you started running forward. You did what an ultimate would have done with your grenades. You're fine.
Yeah.
So she had to move because of the grenades, and Crusher's got a free fucking beam for it. Congrats. Go Crushers. What you should have immediately done was gone up and thirsted her. So that way it becomes a permanent 3v2. So we get up there, we run through the underneath because at this point we don't know she's down yet. As soon as we get through the window, she gets down, but it was the right play to go underneath because she goes down and around the building. Then you have the inside covered. But if she continues down the hill, it's easy to get on top of the building. It's fine. Great placement. So we find out she's dead. We go up on top. We see, okay, Crusher's got the kill. Go Crushers. And we go ahead. If we had executed Horizon, we could then have immediately started looking around for all the others. You instead go out the door and look straight down the hill with no angle. So the fauna itself is blocking your vision. And we see a couple of things moving down there, but we get on top and we get hit in the back for, I think it was like 75. Not
Yeah,
a lot in the long run, but
Absolutely blown out.
then we started healing in the wide open instead of just getting underneath and doing all this. And what happened?
I got knocked.
We got knocked. And so we'd pulled out our ultimate instead of just trying to heal right away. We pulled out our ultimate and you were trying to gauge if you should use it or not. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you should be thinking about using your ultimate before you have it out.
Mm-hmm.
The animation to pull out your ultimate ability should be the delay between decision made and I'm using it. So very rarely, and I do not advise watching these gibbies, that will pull out their ultimate and they'll be like, okay, let's see if we should use our ultimate here. Because if you need the split second decision to make the ultimate as Gibby, very rarely is that ultimate gonna make a difference. It's like the end game ones, you know. You'll know you're gonna use it because you're gonna plan for it for 30 seconds. It's a planning and movement expulsion tool. But right there, like, you know,
Yeah, it was
there was
bad.
no real point to use it, is what I'm getting at.
Yep.
And so when you were focused so heavily upon using your ultimate, you got fried for it because you didn't worry about healing and position. Your positioning as Gibby is just not good right now. It's just not good. So what we're looking at is, well, we're at the top of the hill. So as soon as you should have thirsted that horizon, she ended up getting thirsted by another character there. We get fried. We should already be looking for other people as well. Because we only knew where one of them was because only one of them shot us. I'm pretty sure it was that Octane. It might have been part of the crypto team, but who knows? So right there, it just becomes how are you picking apart situations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you pick apart situations, you need to think to yourself, okay, do I know where the enemies are? No. Do I hear them? No. Thirst. You know, like if they're not close enough to hear, they're not close enough to stop you thirsting. Unless it's in the middle of the open, but I'd hope you have, you know, I'd hope you think through that situation.
I'd dome that if I was.
Well, we don't want to use dome just for the thirst.
Yeah.
Like in ranked, that's okay because, you know, a lot of people will thirst for KP because, you know, they can't get it normally. But in pubs, you want to save that for when you want to keep yourself alive, you want to aggressively push or anything of the above.
Like what
So,
I did back in Gardens.
Yeah, it was an aggressive push, but you used your bubble defensively because you were getting fried. Aggressively bubbling is using it to convert the space between you to a covered obstacle. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if you see a person 25 meters out in front of you and you throw the bubble down, so that way, even if he peeks the rock, he's not going to be able to do damage to you, and you're just closing the gap because all he has is, let's say, a longbow and maybe an R3, and you've got an R9 Mastiff. You're closing the gap, and you're going to make that bubble fight a lot easier on yourself because Mr. Longbow is not going to have much to do. That's an aggressive bubble push. What I've been seeing out of you is if you get fried, you immediately turn around and throw down the bubble. Yeah. And then that's why both of them were also running straight at you. Also, as we were looting gardens, we heard the Valkyrie and the Octane behind us to the right. When you were running along the hedge, you were like, okay, well, I got to get to the encampment to get my teammate. We want to run behind the hedge because you got fried for 72 damage with the wingman, just 2 hits to Gibby right there. And it's like, that's because you were on top of the hedge. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All these audio cues, all thinking about these visual sight lines. I would say those are the 2 things right now that have been killing you, whether it be the Bloodhound wall hack scans, whether it be you standing out in the middle of the open, or where we're trying to force enemies to go. Ow, fuck. Like, it becomes one of those things where you need to be thinking about how the enemy's looking at you, not just trying to see where the body to hit is. Okay? Does that make sense, Anthony?
Yeah, no, it does. It does.
Okay.
Don't be fooled.
Fly fighter.
I'm a man
The
of
end is
science.
decided.
Just play autopilot.
Well, this is the same cockpit that was last.
Nothing surprises me.
He has like, he's level 225, I think. Yeah. No way, bro. Are you
Introducing your champion.
Yep.
The skies belong to me.
Are you a Twitch streamer?
Yep. And I'm streaming on YouTube right now too.
I will choose our location for battle.
On YouTube? Okay, I'm gonna look you up on Twitch right now. Give me 1 second.
It's Monkey Fist Gaming. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's land here. Prepare for battle.
The All-Father has blessed us with a new member.
Are you a guy with a beard? Is that you?
Sorry, I can't hear you right now.
Are you a guy with a beard?
Am I what?
Are you a guy that with the beard?
Yes. I got your
I
follow.
thought you're not streaming on.
No, I'm streaming on YouTube right now.
Oh, YouTube. Hold on, wait. I'll go sub to YouTube.
Oh, shit, thank you.
Scanning the area.
You actually drop the states alone. This exists.
Attention. First blood.
Oh, Seer, I'm about to subscribe to you, okay?
Appreciate it, thank you.
There you go.
Trap set and waiting.
Making contact with enemy.
The trap is set. Data soon to follow.
Contact with target.
I believe
They spotted
others have been here.
I'm down.
The battle belongs to only one. Bless me with sight.
Oh, that was my fault.
Reloading.
Yeah, just get deep fried.
Recharging my shields.
Pathfinder's broken. We ran off that way to a heal.
I just like watching skin suits suffer.
Yeah, it's just the same guy I was playing with last game. He like runs away a lot.
I peeked out too far. I got punished.
Anthony's still there?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, because the YouTube. Okay, so he's dead.
Yeah.
That was weird. It wasn't loading. So, right there, let's talk about what have we been talking about for cover this entire time.
Yeah, no, I peeked out too far and I got punished.
Yep. But right before we used Bloodhound Scan to scan the enemies, and then oh Jesus Christ, that's loud as fuck. Sorry, my voice just broke into my ears there. So right there, when we were scanning them, we didn't have to approach from the bottom. Once we scanned and saw that they were all on the other side, we could have taken high ground and had a much easier time, because all it is just climbing up once and doing it. Because if they've killed him and they've completely thirsted him, odds are their armor is full recovered. We can assume at least 150 health on these enemies. Like, especially with, I hate to say it, like a poor little like kid. Odds are he's probably not gonna have done any mad amount of damage to the enemy team. But you know, he's a nice kid. So right there, we overestimated how much damage was already done to the team. We scanned, and then we went in, and what did they do? They used where you scanned from as a point to look, because with where you scanned from, that was the only place you were going to peek. So as soon as you did it, you got deep fried, in your words. And then when you started running, you realized there was nowhere to run to in that spot, especially against mobility characters. And then we just overpeaked.
Oh, pure delight. Firing.
Attention. First blood.
First blood.
Round 1.
There's an eject.
Beginning ring countdown.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Reloading. I've been down. Enemy down.
Multiple squads attacked.
Up move. Oh shit. They're rezzing inside.
On your feet, darling. Plenty of fight left.
Bottom's up. Or the Roger was. Okay. I choked that and should have used the arc start. Mm-hmm. Game sense is at an all-time low. We died.
There we go. Sorry, I wasn't caught up on live, so I had to finish watching what was going on there. So, right there, if you go back in the VOD, we're in the bubble. We see two rezzing, and the caustic has thrown a trap down. We can see this through the glass. Why don't we just use our arc stars around the corner?
Yeah, I literally just said that. I was like, I should have used the arc star.
Mm-hmm. And so instead, we push with the Eva. We saw the gas barrel there. We were walking straight into Caustic's favorite environment.
Yeah.
Using the gas can as trap, using the gas can as cover, using the gas can as a maximum damage right there, slowing you down and making it so they could just punch your ass out.
Yeah.
So what was going through your head while you just wanted to use the shotgun?
I thought, I mean, I guess I was like, okay, yeah, Arcstar will be, fine. And then I saw that they're all crowded right there. Again, Arcstar would have been the better play, but I thought shotgun to just inflict the most amount of damage for my teammate.
Okay. So, right there, the Arcstar is going to actually do the maximum amount of damage because it puts out a radius, and how far you are from the radius is the amount of damage you take. So there is an uncapped amount of damage that arc stars can do. Upwards of however many people are there, it can do 100 damage to each of them. A shotgun pellet does not go through the enemy. So the 86 or whatever damage it is, I think it's only like 92 or 86 damage for the Eva full pump. That is the maximum amount of damage you can do to those three people. So if you spread that over them, which one's going to do the most damage?
The Eva. Or sorry, not the Arcstar. Not the Eva.
The Arcstar, exactly. It's okay. And so right there, what does the Arcstar also do?
Break shields.
Break shields, and it controls their movement. Because if you throw an Arcstar in there, Gibby either has to stop the res immediately, and you could just back up because we know there's another team watching. We saw them shooting at the Gibby, and we know they weren't on our team. They're either going to go out that door, or the Gibby bubble's going to disappear, or they're just going to hard push you. But we had our buddies on our back there. It's sure they didn't do well, but that would be the play. Because remember, we're not practicing pubs to win. We're practicing pubs so that way we can win the engagements. So right there, it pretty much just came down to not walking straight up into a gas trap. We got to make sure we're playing smart. So we'll watch one more game here.
Okay.
And then I got to get onto my own stream here. Also, I'm curious about your name, Monkey Fist TTV. Why don't you have his Monkey Fist YouTube TV?
Because I can't fit it all because of Origin.
Origin. Should just play on Steam, dude.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about it because so many people are like, "Oh, hey, what's your name or whatever?" Like for Twitch, and I'm like, "Oh, it's Monkey Fist Gaming." And I'm like, it's just easier if I just Twitch. I'll use Steam later just to fix it.
I gotcha. Because I was gonna say, I was like, it's probably hurting your growth too. Because like, if someone had to be that active to look you up, it's like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no, I've had a few problems with like people like wanting to keep playing and like we ended up using Discord, but it took like 20 minutes for them to figure it out because they were doing it wrong. But
yeah. All right, so we're using Bloodhound. The best way to use his scan is if you scan from somewhere you can use multiple angles. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So if you're, let's say you're on the second floor of Estates, in the very middle, you can peek out the wide side, you can peek out by the stairs, and you can peek the window. If you scan from in there, that's a better scan than just scanning from behind the wall. Because did you notice when you shot at the Pathfinder, his silhouette had gone away before you started shooting? So he was able to look, he knew where you were coming from, but you now no longer knew where he was in that wide vision cone. Mm-hmm. So those split seconds of him having to micro adjust his aim to where you're coming out from behind a wall were going to be much faster than when you had to micro adjust your aim to where he was going to be. Because, I'm sorry, not micro, but you'd have to fully adjust your aim as opposed to micro adjust. Oh, got an AFK jumper, huh?
Yep.
Oh, good times. All right, so right here, the goal is to down one person and okay, so if you're going to meet up with your teammates, you're fine.
They just jumped late, so.
Gotcha.
Oh, somebody got the thingy. Yeah, no, there is. Yeah, just be looking to knock one, run away.
Next ring's a bit of a trot.
Seer's got a cool backstory.
Here we go. Don't be afraid to fight. I won't fail.
Extended sniper mag here. Level 4.
All Father, give me sight.
I'm kind of in danger.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 4.
I'll take it, mate.
Reloading.
Hey, got me a Volk key.
Need help. We got 2 people broken on me, 1 Bangalore, 1 Valkyrie. I'm getting finished by the Valkyrie. You have full shields.
So right there, you played it really well all the way until the Bangalore through the smoke. Right there, you don't need your scan. I kept hearing them go, you knew where she was gonna run. We could hear her audio cues. So right there, as soon as she smokes and she starts pulling a right beeline around the box, just get up on top of the box. Because if you hear her running the opposite way, but what you did was you went around to the left and actually backed up so you could try to see more of the smoke. But what it did was it just gave her cover while the enemy was actually coming up on you. Mm-hmm. And this is just an example of why I hate, like, not hate, but like really just don't enjoy solo trios, is because these kids will loot until they have checked every loot spot before they come help you. And now you can see the back end of this. This is what it looked like when your teammates were fighting for so long in Rifts and you didn't show up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, like, that's the back end of that.
Also, it didn't help that I landed so far away from my team that game.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much on them for not having pinged where they were gonna go. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna assume you're AFK if like you haven't pinged where you're gonna go, and you're gonna go at the very last POI. Like, no, it's not worth it.
Level 3. Listen up, fellas. The ring's moving and we're on the wrong side of it. Backpack here. Level 2.
Care package being delivered.
Check. Helmet here. Level 2.
Half the squad's left. Better put on your dancing shoes. We're headed to a dinner.
That's what it's for. And there's the blue mag over here on the left.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Enemy here. Hold on to your asses. Ha! Champ's out of commish.
All Father, give me sight. Someone traveled through here.
It was a long time ago though.
Clown spotted over here.
They're right up top.
Let's explore this way. Throwing thermite grenade.
Byron,
Throwing thermite. I downed a hostile.
Attention.
Bless me with
Cool.
sight. Blessings upon us. A replicator descends.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Marking our surroundings.
Where's their third?
recharging me shield.
Marking our surroundings.
Hit a cargo bot.
Did anybody hear the queue couldn't be in the whole team, or just want to make sure I didn't miss anything? See a drop ship. So we're heading over to Overlook. Circle's probably gonna end over there. There's a Loba nearby looting. I think I heard.
Scanning the area.
Yeah, let's just head over to Overlook.
Might be something good this way.
Team jump padding that way.
This way.
Careful, enemy black market here. In progress.
We have the benefit. We are inside the ring.
Spot a care package over there.
We're in that way
Might
towards
be
the
something
vault.
good this way.
Care package being delivered.
Scanning the area. Scanning the area.
Yeah, this was one that I heard. I'm gonna sit here because I don't want to get pinched.
Marking our surroundings.
3. Beginning ring countdown.
Find the next ring. Get ready for the ladder. Yo, mates, got one there. Got a replicator cup. Got a jump tower over there. Look at that plonker over there. No idea they're about to die. Could have something good.
Crafting. I will not be long.
Putting up the right together. Say hello to Sheila, mate.
They're shooting at me.
Getting shot at. Grenade, watch it.
Bottle load's coming. Cover your stashes, eh?
I'm down. There's a fool, mate.
I paid and make no.
Take it down. Kill that joker. Reload.
Making contact with enemy.
Another bloody enemy down.
Marking our surroundings.
Enemy knuckle cluster. Recharge your shields. Bloody ripper.
Someone's coming up.
Joker right here.
I'm gonna swing left on them.
Stand back, knuckle cluster.
Cover me.
Firing.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Bloodhound's broken.
Attention. Delivery.
Reload. Up now.
Get an attack by another squad.
Just the crypto. Bloodhound's one shot. Shit. Good job.
Right. That was the last one.
Over there.
You good. Up and at 'em. You're looking at the new kill leader now.
Strongo over there.
Recharging my shields.
I'm cover for you.
Take me a moment.
Grade 1 free. Remember that.
Using a beat.
Blanca's shooting at me.
Valkyrie's broken.
Knuckle cluster out. Reload. Juicing me shields.
Bloodhound's easy to knock. Shit.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Sorry, love. I need your armor.
That's entire.
Recharging me shields.
Marking our surroundings.
Shit, I'm stuck down low.
Tossing up some amp cover.
30 seconds remain. Safeties and arrows.
Getting shot at. Charging my shields.
I think he's solo.
Healing up. Hold on.
Juicing me shields. Healer, give me a sec.
Right. 10 seconds. Rings nearby. Get that blood pumping.
Healing my marking our surroundings.
No, he's not solo.
Use the map as your guide. The ring is
They're
moving.
probably gonna be trapped up in there though.
Keeping
So
one
was
eye
a
on this
caustic.
spot. Another eye on you. Can't be too quick.
Need some heavy ammo if anybody can spare any.
Heavy ammo here.
Appreciate it. Oh, there's 2 stacks here. Good.
Shots fired at me.
I'm cover for you, mates. Stop, mate.
Sheila's ready for some fun.
Scanning the area.
Letting rip. Deploying me knuckle cluster. Deploying me knuckle cluster.
Charging my shield. Grenade. I'm cover for you, mate.
Knuckle cluster fire.
Charging my shield. Getting damaged.
Caustic's knocked. She's broken. She's climbing up on me right here. Just running along the side.
Enemy here.
She's up here, up here, up here, up here. She's trying to grief for an armor swap. She's looking at you. Good job.
Hey, let's go. Oh my goodness, you just did not help that at all, did you, Kipper?
You are
yeah.
champions.
So let's talk about the engagements you had there. Let's just talk about the ones that'll probably be. Oh, I know you're such a happy kippy.
Ones that'll probably end up on TikTok.
let's talk about the one where we that last one was pretty much just the end engagement.
Yeah. There was that one, and there was just like the big fight on the hill there. Like I was late to the one, but it was because I needed to make batteries because I just didn't have any.
That's fine. Like, I mean, if you tell your team you're making batteries, or if like they hear the audio cue you're making batteries, odds are play defensive. There's a certain couple of instances I'm looking at. It was here we are. So this was the one when you killed the first squads. I'm sorry, you killed the first squad. You guys were looting up, and then you heard audio cues that someone was on height where the rampart had already put up shields. And you immediately called out that there was another team, and you did really well. But the only thing I would improve upon still was the fact that you stayed in the open again for another couple of seconds there because you thought they were going to peek over. But if they peek over with the rampart shield, what'd you say?
At sorting factory? Or was the...
Kenny. Kenny. Yeah. Here, I'll just share it with you.
Okay, yeah. Let's...
So let's see here. Go here. Share my screen. Screen. Go live. So we go here. So right here.
Okay.
So right here, I'm just going to leave it on mute because you won't be able to hear it anyway. So you hear them, but then look. You stay right here anyway. Mm-hmm. They're either going to use that rampart shield. Now, in hindsight, it's a lot less than I expected. But at the same time, if 2 or 3 of them peek over looking to get the bloodhound who ran in, you're going to get fried here, dude. And I'm going to drive this home all day, every day. You got to play around armor. The only reason, if you're doing this habit out of watching me, the only reason I do it is because my aim, I know that if this person peeks, I can do at least 150 to this person. Easy. Right? Mm-hmm. If Shroud, Asu, Timmy, all of them do it, we know why we're doing it because we do not respect the enemy. But while you're learning and while you're trying to make diamond, you need to be understanding why you need to not do these things.
Yeah.
Kitty. Oh my gosh, sir. Bubbers. Oh, goodness.
I think a lot of the time I just do it like not even like thinking about it. Like I'll just think, hey, I'm closer to cover than I actually am.
Fuck. Oh my god, he's shedding like crazy. Got caught on my mustache. All right. Yeah, no, I totally get that. That's totally fine. Like it'll be a habitual thing you have to work on.
Yeah.
I would even put a note on like a sticky note and put it on your monitor and say like, hey, play around cover. Like that's what I did when I was learning the gun recoil control. Like I would literally have sticky notes for every weapon around my monitor. And I was like, flatline, okay, and I looked to the right and I'd see this recoil. But here, right here. Okay, so we hear the shooting up around to the top right. Mm-hmm. Right here is how we want to play. We want to barely see their waist and above. So then we walk all the way up here. And if they're even remotely looking this way, like, look at this kid. Does this look like a day one player?
I mean, he is wearing like a default skin, so
exactly. Yeah, like he this is I you can enjoy the win. It was a good win. There was a lot more to it. But right here, like if that was somebody who has had an hour and a half under their belt in this game, that probably would have gone sideways. And it goes sideways over here. But that's another thing. And then look at, he's not even slide jumping, nothing. He's just running a straight line. So right here, we're full health. Mr. Sancho is taking a bit, our fuse. So right here, we know they're going to be behind these rocks right here, right? Mm-hmm. So we run up. And again, right here, we're in the open if we don't get anything. Why didn't we just get on top of the rock?
I think just to push the res, but yeah, playing the rock would have been a lot better.
That I was going to say, even if you're pushing the res.
Yeah. Even just playing an angle on the low ground would have been fine, but yeah, wide open there.
And we also have scan the entire time. So as we're running up, that's a scan opportunity. Now, right there, Let's look at that. That was crisp.
The crypto.
Let's
I
look at
didn't-
this.
I didn't get the crypto and the lifeline.
Yeah, fuck the crypto.
I just
Yeah,
prioritized
oh,
the fucking lifeline because that would have been the like. I mean, taking the lifeline as priorities kind of makes sense because she can't and like
It
extend the fight if she's
100%
knocked.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, this would have been one of the best plays of the night if your fuse was also up.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very bold play because if you ignore that person that just runs right by you, you're basically saying, I'm ready to die to make sure that I keep these two out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're putting these two into a 2v1. But right now, this is a really risky play. Granted, we're going to watch this one more time here. The hip fire, the AD spamming hip fire, fantastic. Get you the kill, and you only take, look how much damage you take from the lifeline.
Like maybe 50.
192 to 50 to 50. And then, we just got fried because he realized he could turn around and just shoot you.
Yeah.
So that's why
he is shooting my teammates. Like
exactly. That's why that play is really strong if we have two up. But right here, so
Rampart
he had the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. See how fast that team fight would have been over if it wasn't a lifeline? But that's why we focused the lifeline. So then this poor kid just starts walking away because, he doesn't understand the game. And then we go here. Should be right about here. So right here, this Anthony, this is a free beam.
Mm-hmm.
This is a controller looter setting still. Let's see how many bullets you have. Do 28 bullets. Let's see what bullet she starts moving at. Right there, 6 bullets left.
It was already broken, like before she even started moving.
But the thing is, we should have been able to kill her with 22 bullets of an R3. So right there, that's the ALC. That's where you want to make sure you go into the firing range for a couple of hours and you Google what each individual one does, and you see how you can make your reticle do what you want your thumbs to do. Instead of constantly trying to change your thumbs and how to play, change what the control does for you. Because right there, with the amount of time we have, with the amount of aim training we've been doing, with the amount of recoil control we've put into the game, that should be free. Now, we did get a crack, so it's okay. But that's the level. Exactly. We could literally see from her head to her waist right here.
Yeah.
So we have this much room for error. Like, I was going to say, the big controller players are going to take this and just run. Right there. And then also, as we reload, what can we then look for? You see it?
The bloodhound that ran up.
Maybe this person?
Yep.
Exactly. So then you immediately go to the right one. Like, the bloodhound I personally wouldn't have gone for, because right here at this point, when we see them run, the odds are they've already made it to this little shallow area. He's doing the thing that I keep telling you not to do. And there's a reason why. So see him running up right there?
Right there, yeah.
So we fry the Wraith a little bit. What was that, 56 damage off on her? But then the other teammates can just fry him while he's doing it. Dude, Mr. Sancho ran into like 17 thermites this game. Like, that was the most amount of thermites I've ever seen someone run into. That was so sad.
Like,
so
I
right
never
here,
just like run into a thermite unless I'm confident that I.
Now, right here is important. Right here, we need to change. So we don't have any grenades. We don't have our scan up. We have only audio cues to go off of. We hear them down here, the Bloodhound and the Wraith. Now, the Wraith is already knocked. We can see that up here because we saw the Valkyrie over here when the knock went down. And so we peek over right here. Okay.
Instead of just beaming them from the top, I went down and egoed them.
Exactly. And it got spooky. I'm not going to lie. So we come down here. We should have just stayed up top and shooting because the Wraith is taking the spot that he can hold. If she keeps her shield up like she will. So right here, it really just came down to who was going to get luckier with the hip fire. Now, you still played the hip fire well. Let's give you that now. But it wasn't the correct play. It was just stay up there and just shoot him. Like, you made it, you went with it and you ran with it. So the confidence, like, I'm proud of it for you. But then we run out this direction for some reason.
Yeah,
we once again.
I just like ran like to try and get around the mountain instead of going back where I was to climb up the mountain.
Yeah.
Which
So this entire just
Mhm.
going out into the open, we didn't need to do it all. We needed to get back up on height, or we needed to start running for circle. We have 50 seconds, so we can just get back up on height.
Mhm.
Right here, free beam again. And then, so see where he is right now?
Yeah.
This little pixel guy.
Mhm.
Odds are the scan's not going to hit him. I've done
think
this
I was
before
just
too.
doing that just to see if there's anybody out of line of sight that might have been closer.
Maybe like his non-sniper buddies.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense, but it's just goofy. So right here, can he still see you?
Yeah. If he was
Yep.
smart enough to look over that way.
Exactly.
I
And
just-
so if
I
we
got lucky.
constantly take advantage of the bad habits of bad players, will we ever be good enough to beat good players?
No.
Okay. So once again, you can be happy with the win,
Yeah.
but we always want to see what we're doing to improve here, okay?
Mhm.
So right here, your optimal play, you want to go down into the left. You just want to go down into the left. Hide behind these rocks, hide behind the head glitch that's down here, like over this direction. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because Triple Take physically cannot get an angle on you unless he goes all the way up here. No, not even. He'd have to go all the way up here, which is too far. So you'd be 100% safe. But then, let's see here. That was a bit too.
Your mic's muted.
Why? Why was that muted?
I don't
Anyway,
know.
so right here, we're going to talk about how much health we need to engage on a fight. So as we scan, we see these two poor ramparts just looking at the wrong building.
I know.
It was so confusing. I think she might have seen the caustic, but it's one of those things. So right over here, we notice our fuse still has an alternator, so that's hilarious. At this point, we're taking shield cells while poor TS Gaming is suffering here. We want to engage on the fight. We should have used a battery at this point. Did we have a battery?
Yeah, I only had one left and I had like 8 cells. So I was like, all right, I'll just hit a few cells and save my battery for when I really need it.
Like, you couldn't save Mr. Sancho. Let's get that out right now.
Yeah,
Like,
no, there was no
like, look at
saving
this kid.
that man. Every thermite it was a magnet for him. Oh
it's
my
just a warm hug to him. But you see what he did there? He ran parallel to it. Or I'm
Yeah.
sorry, yeah, he ran with it. That means he took 1, 2, 3 ticks of it. Look how much damage it does.
Yeah.
Sorry, technically he got shot for
And
the
then he
remainder,
came
but
right
it does
back.
about 50 to 75 instead of just 25. So right here, we do just fine. We do just fine right here. Now, I want you to think with hindsight immediately, where else could you have gone instead of forward? Also sick, 69 damage inflicted. Let's go.
Could I just hold the door?
Backward. You could have just gone backward because he ulted in here.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting in a caustic ult, and let's see how much damage you take from it. So look at, can you see it right now?
Mm-hmm.
Then we walk into the trap.
Unfortunately, her wall was facing the wrong way for me to shoot that ray.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. But about 50 to 60 damage of just the caustic ult. We took about 10 ticks there. And so right here, if instead of just going for, because it's either situational awareness, so you didn't understand that your health was going down, or you thought you could win the game fast enough, it wouldn't have mattered.
I think it was just, I thought I could honestly just get the caustic and then get the race.
Ooh, wait a minute. What are we doing here? Look at this.
Oh yeah, there's that trap there.
Okay, so right here, his hitbox is the same size as our hipfire reticle, but instead, we aim in, allowing him to juke. If he had a Mastiff, We could have lost a half of our chunk right there.
And then, yeah, there's unfortunately just that extra trap that was right at the door.
Yep. And so we saw that trap earlier, and that's why we knew to go backwards. That was a good block on her. But you were over giving information, in my opinion. Now, with a bad teammate, like, you know, this poor Rampart, I think it's fine. That's why I didn't say anything. But, like, with a good teammate, you're just going to want to stop pinging, and you're going to want to give them information like climbing, fell, going around. Like, simple stuff like that. And then, you know, you obviously just have to gauge if it's your buddy or not. But the idea there, the multiple ideas that we saw were you're going in too fast sometimes, too hard. Where it's like, sure, yeah, you could just hip fire flatty this kid and that kid and the kid around the rock and this kid. But is it going to help you in the long run? You have to understand why pros want you to make these plays. You have to understand why coaches want you to learn these fundamentals.
A lot of my mistakes, I was like, it was the cover, and then it was just like, it was a lot of like game sense, and then like poor pacing on my part.
And that's totally fine. And that's just comes with, like, I still personally believe the only thing, or the only couple of things you need to change are positioning, getting your aim down, and it would honestly just be like understanding when to heal and when not to heal. Like, those simple things would help you skyrocket. But right here, like, what's it called? This game, you can see you played the heals just fine. See, like, you understood that. What? How many cells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 2.5. What is that? 10, 12 seconds, something like that, or 5 seconds. And it's just like, it's a lot easier here. And so we could go over this one game for quite a while, but the idea being, you know what you did wrong for those.
Yeah.
So, good session today, Anthony. I saw you getting frustrated with yourself, but remember, this is the important part of coaching. Always come to coaching expecting to get frustrated.
Oh yeah, no, and I do, because like if you don't get, you know, upset, like, you're not doing it right. Like,
odds are you're not going to be improving or actually pushing yourself.
Like, that's what I mean. And
Perfect.
I never take anything that you say as like, yo, a dig or whatever. Like,
perfect. Just want to make sure we get those across, because I had a poor kid that just, like, he DM'd me and he was like, "Do you hate me? Like, I'm so sorry I let you down." And I'm just like, bro, that's not what this is. Like, you literally paid me money to, like, tell you what you did wrong. I'm going to tell you everything you did wrong. But I gotta go. I gotta make sure I take care of everything. Hey, let's go, my buddy. All right, so I am going to hop off, but good session today. Okay, bud.
all right, I'll get you on
Later.
Whoever is James, I'm assuming it's James, Mr. Muck. Thank you for coming to the stream today. Alright, oh, 4 o'clock almost. I'll play for a little longer. Nope, not what I wanted. I wanted to open up Apex. Yes. There. Well, fine, Al, if I don't play with you either. I know it's being like this. Okay. Let's exit the game because I actually want to try and play with somebody. The solos giveth and the solos taketh away. If I just smack my other monitor around, if it'll actually work. Shit. That's unfortunate. Alright, I'm actually gonna go to the bathroom and then I'll play. Be right back. We are back. It's supposed to be ultra low latency. What the fuck? Oh yeah, there's gonna be a huge latency on the phone. That's right. I'm just gonna hop in a firing range and work on some stuff. We're on this dastardly aim of mine. This is terrible. Some tunes. Let's get like some tunes.
Marking our surroundings.
Why nobody likes you, Windows Media Player. Alright, whatever. 1969 is the best I've done with Blood. Edit clips up from today. I'm gonna make Concubites episode 4. Back tonight on Twitch.